How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to more Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. We are now checking out the rest of this town. So we've got a whole lot to look around. A lot of different characters here. And there's two levels. There's the lower level and then the upper level. So eventually we're going to make our way down here and talk to Lord Vane. And then we're collecting all these side missions too, which is going to be good. But I figured this whole episode is just going to be meeting people here and collecting everything. And it looks like we got some cards here too. So I'm guessing we have merchants that come out.
There's no need for violence.
Alright. And if you hear all the thumping around, my two cats are having a war beside me. Hopefully they're not too loud.
Hello there. Looking for solid, affordable gear? You are, but where are my manners?
Okay, so he's one of
I'm
those merchants.
Well, the men here doesn't seem to be on the verge of dying anymore, and with the Camelosians around, business is booming. The longer they stick around with nothing to spend their coin on, but he always says he can't leave his stall for even a single day.
Alright, what's his stuff? What is this? Sheds new light on events, literally. That's cool. Don't know what that is, but sure. Okay, he doesn't really have anything. So he's gonna be a good guy to sell stuff to. I think I kind of sold everything I had already. I do have all these relics that I haven't put in. I should probably use them. Yeah, I don't have anything for him right now. Cool. I'm guessing he's going to go back over there and stand at a stall. And this is the inn, so I have to do her side quest pretty quick to open that up.
Exiled from my home by the Red Death. My struggle continues on the holy island of Avalon. When you hear the word, follow it. Set an example for other outcasts. With your faith and with your testimony. The word is our only chance to rid ourselves of the plague's taint. And if the word commands you to kill your brothers for spreading heresy, do so, for such is his way. If the word commands you to besmirch your father's name, do so and discard your sullied self,
the herald of the word.
For such is your way.
Can't talk to him, can I? Alright. So this is all just the inn. What else is around here? Osmond's house, wherever he is. Another beggar. That, I think, leaves, right? Or no, that's where we're going. Alright, let's go talk to the Lord while we're here.
Oi, you. You're new here, aren't you? I don't think I've seen you around before. Ah, no, sorry. It's just that we don't see many new faces around here. Just us and the locals and, well, if you haven't noticed yet, they're not the friendliest bunch. Do they? Then maybe we're all just sick of looking at each other. I'm sure they're not all bad. This must all be quite hard for them. But it's not like I want to be here either. I've got a pregnant wife waiting for me at home, and they won't even let me buy a book for her. Yeah, about birthing and labor and whatnot. It's going to be our first, you see, so wife's always sick.
Stereotypical man.
Send it to her to ease her mind, you know?
But that Dalrita wench chased me out of her bookshop and won't let me back in.
I know, right?
And here I thought I'd seen everything.
I was sure they didn't even know how to read. Anyway, Vrel seems to hate my guts.
Vrel.
Ugh, because she hates Camelosians. Why else? I mean, I know the folks ain't exactly happy about us being here, but Drell? She's Dalrita. They're taught to hate us from birth. Well, could you, please?
Alright, so you need to buy a book for this guy.
Oh,
Wherever that is. Oh, looks like there's a home you can buy. And down there, that's the lower city. So you can steal from these guys, but not when you're in a house. It's kind of weird. Bounties. Let's collect all these. A really good way to level up in this game with bounties.
Haven't seen your face around here before. I'd rather not have to put your name on the bounty board. No, that'd be Sheena. I keep this camp running and make sure everyone's pulling their weight. Trouble is, we've got more work than men. So if you're looking to earn some coin, check the notice board. I've posted a few bounty. I can't spare any soldiers to deal with things outside of Caunacht. But I'll be damned if I let those bandits scum run loose.
Alright, so he's the bounty guy for Caunacht.
I handle what makes soldiers fight. You want... Legate Denham is in charge here. Lordy Irv, no,
Yeah.
I'm Immunis Askel. Most of the fighting's behind me now. Once we're done here, maybe I'll finally retire. Yes?
Alright, I did kill the guy that I got my outfit from. Thorn the Bloodhound, I
I
think is his name.
recognize these remains. If you have his sword with you, be careful. It grants strength to the wielder, but at the... There are You managed to catch Lame Lord? I didn't know him personally. One day, he went on a mission, and after that, he was hiding in the area. Hey, care to hear? That's the spirit. Let's see if I've still got some fight left in me.
Oh no.
Oh, you're gonna pay for that! Damn it all, that was pathetic.
Yeah,
Two
you were
strikes and I'm
pathetic,
on my
man.
ass. What happened to me?
You're old.
I used to be a force to be reckoned with. Don't you dare! But I'll tell you this. Exercise. Exactly. You're quick. I'll give you that. I need one of... If I knew, I'd have fetched it myself. I've also heard about some powerful stuff from the Dalrita tribes.
So we get
Trust
them
me.
potions.
Good. Yes?
I'll await you.
Alright, so a new quest from him. So he needs Berserker Potion recipes, Remedy for strength, so 3 different potions. And we got a few more bounties.
Sure about that? Ah, you've really caused a stir around here with that spectacle in front of the Menhir. You appear out of nowhere, and suddenly a dying pile of stones lights up like a bonfire. That's bad. Firstly, because now I have to write yet another report to Camelot that we're going to be late, and that they need to send us even more supplies. Secondly, you've somehow reignited the Menhir, and this has reignited people's hopes that they can stay. And that's dangerous. And before you ask why it's dangerous, take a look around town. The recent Red Death outbreak took its toll. and I'm going to get worse and worse. But you should be thankful to them. That's the assumption I decided to go with, and that's why we're talking. Perhaps there's still a chance to sort out this mess. You can go tell Murig that your presence doesn't change anything about our deal, and that you are unwilling to help with his endeavors,
I'm not
whatever
gonna
they
say
may
that.
be. And if he doesn't listen, Murig, who apparently prefers to be called Maggot, is a druid, even though he may not look the part. And druids are the only ones who know the rituals necessary to ignite the Menhirs. Due to bad luck, or more accurately, the decisions of my superiors, our options for druids are limited. That's why I'm forced to work with Murig, and Prophet be my witness. But I'm no fool. I know that what happened in front of the Menhir might make Murig consider double-crossing us. He'll try to find a way to reignite the Menhir so that it could stay in Caunacht despite our agreement. So, if you ever find out what he's planning, if he ever asks you to fetch something for his ritual, you make sure you come to me first. Who told you that? I've never paid a single gold coin to any Dalriata for deserters. Not even once in my... However, there is some truth to what you've heard. You see, it's hard to keep the men's morale up in these uncertain times. It's really no wonder that every once in a while, some of them try to desert. Still, this is the military. Desertion is unacceptable and will always be punishable by death. Camelot especially insists on nipping that problem in the bud. So if you do take care of the desert... Anything else? Me? There's not much I can do right now. I have to stay in Caunacht with my men until we get the locals to consider moving to Camelot. As long as they stop being a threat to my men and the people here, they'd have my thanks. But all this should stay between us. Excellent. Isn't it obvious? For the safety of all the residents of Avalon. Only by gathering the Menhirs in one place and reigniting them will we be able to keep ourselves safe from the weirdness. Avalon's population has significantly declined over recent years. We're on the brink of extinction, damn it. That's why we need to stick together, to take care of each other. Only Camelot possesses the necessary infrastructure to establish the right conditions for its people. If they remain here, they will die, either from the weirdness itself or from the horde of monsters it spawns. And there aren't enough soldiers here for their protection. You must know that I didn't come here just to obey orders. I truly believe that this is the only way to save everyone on Avalon. Then at the very least, we'll have bought some time for those wiser than us to think of an alternative solution. Perhaps we will invade Tuathan, like in the glorious old days. Or perhaps someone will find a way to free the derelict fleet, allowing us return to the homelands. I don't know. But there's one thing I'm certain of, and I'll repeat it as often as necessary. Only by standing together can we overcome the weirdness. Scattering our people across the island is the worst solution, and it's a sure path to our ruin. I'll await your return.
Alright, so we just got more side quests. A whole bunch of them opening up here.
You tried to start something.
I'll await your return.
Yes?
Excellent.
Yes?
I'll await you.
Alright, let's talk to some more people. Not the most exciting episode, but good for getting things started for the next few. Okay, so these are the merchants.
You doing okay?
Elixirs, powders, ointments, got something for wounds, poisons. Keep you on your feet through the night and help you survive the cold. And all of it made by my own hands. With science. No tricks, no vile spells. Yes, all magic is a scam. An illusion that pretends to give you something but always takes more in return. My elixirs work because they're based on knowledge and experience. Anyway, go ahead and read my anti-magic manifesto. So he's just old. But science? Science has solutions. This is a blend of stimulants and enhancers. Side effects? Sure, there might be some. But what doesn't come with risks? If he's desperate enough, he'll take it. If not, let him rot with his natural decline. Here, take this recipe. But prepare it carefully.
Okay, so I gotta make
Precision
these things for
matters
him.
if you don't want it blowing up in your face.
Okay, a lot of ingredients. Cool. Alright. What do I need to make that? Guess I need to go to
You doing
something
okay?
to make them.
Welcome! One day, she was... No.
Husband.
As it happens, there's something you can do for me. I've written a letter to Lord Yvain, a few suggestions on how, in my view, he ought to handle this whole business with Camelot. Figured he could use a bit of advice from someone with strategic sense. Would you take it to him?
Sure.
Brilliant! Here you go, just don't lose it. Hello again. No, and believe me, in fact, I'd be... Well, find me someone else who's been doing this for over 40 years. Back in '84, I was chosen to represent Caunacht in the team up during one.
Oh boy, he's a talker.
Targets 100 meters away. The target was the size of so. If you, I could have been the third about Caunacht. There's not much to say. They told us the Menhir's gone out, and now they want to move us along with it. But the way they're handling it, they've been here for weeks. If I were in charge of Camelot troops, we'd have been done in 3 days. He's a good man, but honestly, I'd have just let her burn. She wants to go up in smoke, be my guest. It's a shame about the mansion, though. I was born here, and I've been shooting a bow ever since I was a wee lad. Even as a nipper, I had better aim than boys 5 years older than me. Around 81 or 82, I remember being allowed to practice with the adult. One time, our master, we called him Uncle, gathered us in a meadow. He said, lads, we're gonna have a...
Oh my god, buddy, you talk too much.
I could have joined, but leave, and in Camelot. In the watch, so I'd asked them, and they'd...
Oh my god.
I kept her... Oh. Oh? How did... So what? Just remember... Hello again.
Alright, what does he have? making stuff.
I envy.
Oh, you're not here to talk about the men here, are you? Oh, there are far more exciting things to chat about. Like treasure hunting, for instance. I'm Bonksy, by the way. I'm an adventurer myself. I have a few trinkets to sell from my last expedition. Oh, I'm not entirely sure. I'm just passing through. From what I understand, Camelot wants to move it to their place along with the inhabitants, but they prefer to stay. They want to live in one place their whole lives. Can you... Oh, all different kinds. Like the ones where you crawl through damp caves or cold tombs, dodge traps, and hope whatever's growling in the dark isn't hungry. Really? Oh, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, maybe I am, but I manage just fine. And I wouldn't trade this life for anything else. If I had to stay in one place, I'd die of boredom. Oh, I just take old, forgotten trinkets. A trip to the caves by the bay in the south. The bandits set up a camp there, so I decided to go after their loot. They were drunk, so I thought I could sneak in and grab the treasure without any trouble. But I guess I underestimated them. They caught on and started chasing me. 4 or 5 of them, I think. I made it to the exit, and then there was a giant ogre on the beach. I barely managed to slip past it, and... Oh yes, the god... I'll show you on the map where I last... Slowly but surely. You must be interested. It's a piece of armor I found on one of my expeditions. A beautiful, knightly breastplate with just one tiny flaw. It screams in pain when it's struck. It's kind of funny, but I'm afraid not many people have the sense of humor to wear. All right, dear. Oh, one more thing. Oh, I'm a little jealous, to be honest. This sounds like the beginning of an exciting adventure. I chased the trail myself. But first, I need to sell off my finds so I can travel light. Good to see
so we're
you.
getting some quests from her, it looks like. Then you got increase mana by 10. Weapon deals additional 10% damage.
Oh, hello there.
How did I just lose all my money? Did that thing cost 2,000, not 150? Yeah, we're selling that back.
Good to see.
Oh, and I get 600 from it. What a ripoff.
Oh, forgive the mess. I didn't really have much choice about where to set up my things. Well, it looks like the tavern is closed until further notice. That means Varel's bookshop is only place where I can read and work in peace. Oh, of course, my apologies. I'm Imran. My thoughts tend to drift far from the present. I'm a scholar of sorts, though not the kind that hides behind walls of parchment. My calling is to seek out traces of what was lost. Ruins, relics, anything older than old. And yes, I'm a Pict. Not many of us wander these lands, I know. Staying in one place isn't exactly in my nature. So I travel, I learn, I dig through the bones of the world hoping to find something more ancient than mankind. If you're asking out of politeness, let's just leave it at this. I thank you for your interest. Trust me. Wow! Thanks to Varel's generosity, I managed to get my hands on a certain book. They're the writings of a Dalariata scribe from nearly 6 centuries ago. But what's even more astonishing is the content. Do you understand what that's... I'll tell you. It's so exciting. I suspect Avalon may have already been inhabited by a race similar to us, long before our arrival. I've traveled across much of the island, and I've come across some mentions of the people of Farpoint. Perhaps the weirdness started to gather and ruin their crops, or made hunting more dangerous. Or maybe it was some sort of conflict that forced them to seek a new place on the island. It's hard to say with the scraps of information I've managed to gather so far. And so, my friend, here we are, staring down the question, or rather the flood of questions that wouldn't leave me alone. Many Picts I've known have prolonged contact with the weirdness. I thought it was just them, a bunch of lunatics, who first dared to embrace that strange force. And what if it was the first men who knew how to live alongside the weirdness? And think about it. If we could uncover how they did it, the possibilities would be endless. For now, I'm trying to pull together more valuable information from these writings. I won't uncover. I got injured on my way to Caunacht. Oh, don't worry about that, really. I have to give myself some time and everything will settle back into place. I'll be as fit as a fiddle. The Grotto of First Men. That tribal scribe detailed where it should be located. And I'm assuming you're asking for a reason, aren't you? I'd love to go there myself, but this is a matter of some importance to me. I don't want to wait for this one. So, if you're one of those bold souls who take such ventures, truly excellent. I return swiftly. The place seems to attract trouble. Not a good place, then. I'd run out of breath listing all the things that plague this place. Of all the misfortunes these poor people are facing, I'd wager the men here is the gravest of them. But the weirdness, shoot. If the men here goes out... I heard she was a Dalariata who runs a bookshop in Caunacht. I was a bit apprehensive about meeting her. I thought I'd find someone overly rattled and stripped of her own cultural heritage. But Varel, she's different. And I admire her work. That sometimes it feels like people have lost all interest in discovery, whether it's the kind found in verses or the kind waiting out there in the wide world. Farewell.
Getting lots and lots of quests here.
Welcome to Varel's bookshop. Aye. Look, I don't begrudge anybody their reading habits. Each to their own. So, if you have a joke to tell... Perhaps it is. But you'd think that so-called civilized people would accept it with mere grace. Hearing the same crude comments over and over again makes me feel like I've never left the training grounds. Then there are the braver ones who tell me I'm not welcome here. Hell, it's just like talking to my sister. They all have more in common than they think. Although most it's just prejudice.
Alright, so we got a few things, I think.
Let me guess. Your friends, I hate to break it to you, but that's no how it works. Our strength comes from battle, from blood, and that brew is Mither's ain rage running in our veins. Besides, It's a tribe secret. Camlotions and their love for shortcuts. But fine, have it your way. If your friend thinks swallowing something will help, here, it's harmless. My father used to say true strength lies in the mind. So if your friend is as determined as you say, good luck convincing him it's the real deal.
Alright, another one for that guy.
They're no all bad. I know it might sound like I was some poor, misunderstood girl with unusual interests, but that wasn't the case. I was a rightful member of the tribe, and believe me, I didn't get my name for nothing. My father made sure of it. I just wasn't my sister. Funnily enough, she was the one who saw it as a problem. Vran believed that my lack of ambition to be the top Volker warrior somehow made her look bad. Every time I went to the temple to read in peace, she was on my ass about it. Until one day, she yelled at me to either step up or get the hell out of her tribe. You can guess the rest. Oh, great. How's she doing? Still on her path to becoming the pinnacle of tribal perfection? Of course she did. It doesn't surprise me that she decided to join a fanatic. Though it is amusing that she chose one capable of using compound sentences. She never believed in the power of words. But perhaps that's exactly why she ended up following a man who fed her beautiful lies. I am no sure. When they decide to kick you out and take your name, they make a whole ceremony of it. But I left pretty much the moment my sister stopped yelling. You don't have to be there for it though. Vran might have been pissed off enough to go through with it. So, maybe. I don't really care. I'm not gonna stop using my name just because my little sister told me to.
Wonder if I can just buy the book here. Strong health potion. Doesn't look like it.
Before you ask, no. Oh, expecting a weein'? Congratulations. Is that so? Oh, is it now? Oh, that's precious. He came in and tried to seduce me. Told me he just loves to devour books. When I told him I wasn't interested, he got all pissed off and called me an ugly, dumb savage. Tell you what, I'll sell you that book. But fair warning, I'll be sending his fair wife the story of Giron the Unfaithful. You presume a man like that can be taught reason? He might just tear out a few pages every time he goes to the privy. Fine. I'll send his wife the priestess. This show, we didn't.
Alright.
Well, I didn't, and then. Thanks for.
Alright, we are getting pretty long in this episode. I think we met most people. Maybe let's run around downtown in the bottom part and just see if we've met everyone. $50,000. Wow. I don't know how you get all that money in this game. Alright, I wasn't going to put this in here, but I think I need to progress that one side quest. Alright, and then after that, I gotta put some stuff into perception.
I'm glad he spoke to you. You've done more than you know.
What?
You've brought a bit of light to him. You've brought a...
Alright, I don't know what that's about.
You're going to feel better. There. You're going to feel better soon. Do you need something? Well, actually, but the healer from Camelot, so it seems I'm on my own. Camelot treats this place like a field hospital. To them, it's temporary. Though I suppose that's their outlook on all of Caunacht. Right, the legate says Camelot simply can't spare anyone else. According to him, one priestess and her apprentice should suffice. And yet, his soldiers are the ones who are supposed to get priority. Oh, she thinks I have everything well in hand. As if she doesn't notice it. All falling apart. I'm not even a priestess. The only training I've had is what she's given me. Ever since Lady May fell ill and died, Leonti's barely beaten here, truth be told. I'm a bit worried about her, even when she does come by. It is. It really is. But I can't make medicine with eggs and chicken. Some days, I dream that someone will swoop in and take it all off my hands. Still. Weakness from age. I'm afraid that's something none of us can escape. This herbal brew strengthens the body and clears the mind. If your friend seeks a quick fix, this won't satisfy him. True strength comes from consistency, not shortcuts. Most of it lately, he won't let me touch him. He yells at me, claiming I'm keeping him here by force. Honestly, I'm up. All of Caunacht knows that I was marked by the weirdness. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. But some are superstitious. They believe I bring bad luck. When Leonti took me in, there were a lot of whispers. Though it got better once I started working in the hospital. Weirdness or not, at least they have a healer. You can try. Just, please, be gentle with him.
Alright, we got a ton of quests here. And some of them I'm guessing are just in-town fetch quests, and some of them are going to be big quests.
Have you come to offer aid? If so, do not let fear grip your heart. Trust the will of the word. I am but an empty vessel, yearning to be filled with the sacred joy of the word. Now, I am perfectly blank and naked. Alone, I lie in this cold place, silently watching. But soon, all shall be perfectly splendid. I have been marked, a gift given to me, so that I may pass it on. Tell me, do you wish to become a hollow, an obedient corpse, able to hear the voice of the one who... I understand. Do not... I
handful of Camelot soldiers. Yeah, it was then. I've heard the tales of the Red Priest's brutality. Their methods are harsh, yes. But tell me, what better way is there to cleanse the flesh? We are not perfect.
I don't know about that. Maybe come back to that later.
Show the hawk, move out! Ding ding! Carries the sound! Carries through the bone! Crunch!
Okay, looks like I can make some of the stuff for this quest. Do that one. That one. What do I need for this? Mistletoe. So I need to find the mistletoe.
No one knows. He barely speaks. And when he does, it's all nonsense. The poor man's mind. I'm afraid you should speak if I had to guess. He's a seasoned soldier. The other soldiers said he was acting completely normal before. So it's not some long-standing illness of the mind. But I've seen...
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
Alright, so I think we've done enough here. So much stuff from this place now for questing. I'm going to spend the next 20 hours here. Let's quickly run over, give this guy his medicine, and then we'll wrap this episode up.
Have some spare food or coin?
Hi. What? What is this shit? Did that read a bitch? So I like women. A man has needs.
What a garbage human. Trying to cheat on your pregnant wife.
Finally. Herbal fine. Can't you know? Still. Huh. A man grows old. But the young one. Oh, something happened. And what does... Unless, of course... And again, maybe it was just nerves. Afraid of getting... I'm not. But what else could explain his absence? I see what's happening here. His wife had a bun in the oven when he left. Maybe he got sick of waiting for Denham to grant him leave and just went. I'd owe you for that. Or maybe the weird night caught out there. And he couldn't find his way back. Either way, I'd pay for any news. Good or bad. I just hope Gert hasn't met some terrible fate.
So is that the guy I just gave the book to? He ran away?
Yes?
I'll wait.
everything's so far away.
If only it were just one. Sorry. You're talking about the poor man in hospital, right? He's a scout. We've been preparing to evacuate the residents, and I sent him out a while back to make sure the road to Camelot was safe and clear. Looks like he tried to take a shortcut through the waterworks. That's where they found him, babbling and talking nonsense. The weirdness must have caught him. Pray to the All-Mother. Although, truth be told, although I've seen plenty fall victim to the weirdness, I've yet to see any divine intervention from our goddess. But you could help me. You look like someone who's seen a fair bit of Avalon and isn't afraid to travel alone. I could use someone like that to finish the job my scout couldn't complete. Of course, you'd be properly compensated. Take the road to Camelot, all the way to the Iron Gate, and report back on whether it's clear. Handle any smaller threats yourself, and tell me about any larger one. The sooner the better. Great. I'll await your return.
Alright, so this is going to be like naturally taken care of as I explore up there. And I think we're about done.
You tried to start some.
Just quickly run over. Oh, so it wasn't this guy, it was someone else that ran away.
So...
Alright. Just gonna quickly run over and wrap up that one guy's quest. Now that we're at level 15 for spirituality. And it looks like we're gonna have at least one more episode just talking to people here. Getting some of these little quests done so we can level up faster. Why can't I talk to him? Oh, is that like a failed quest? More it costs me to speak with. Okay, that's something different. Guess you can't really continue his quest and get him to go after you don't have the first chance. Maybe we can tell her just to leave him. Nope. Alright, I guess that quest is broken. Alright, so we're going to end this one here. This one took a long time. And next episode we will continue on with all these pile of side quests. Probably stick here as much as we can to start. And then get some of this outskirts done. And then we'll work our way up to there. Alright. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with more from this new zone.